I've ever been a part of. But when there's a function for you, I don't know, for me it's a bit uncomfortable, so I don't know what to make of this. I guess the last time I was at one of these things, very few of you remember, but I was doing Jello shots at around 1 in the morning with Karen Custer at Peter Klein's send-off.
Right. Oh my.
You know, whatever people want to say or not say about the ICU in particular, it was built to win, which is a favorite saying that didn't make the cut, by the way. But it was built to win long before I ever got here by a guy, you know, I don't know if all of you would recognize, but I wish particularly the younger nurses met Dr. Ganguly, who I think just turned 84, but was here from like 1972 and really ran the place by himself for the better part of 30, 40 years. So, you know, he's really the reason we're here, and Rennie Schoonmaker, who I think you all know a little bit more than that. You know, people like Karen Custer, Kim Tomboli, Riley Loprenzi, Lois Bartman, Kathy Pugliese. I don't know if she's still here, but
Here she is.
So, you know, these were the people, whatever people want to say now about he pasted this and paid this, no, it was all of these people that brought me along. I didn't really have much, if anything, to do. The notion of safety and, you know, shared decision making and patient autonomy and, you know, compassion, you know, that's Middlesex Hospital, and it always has been, and it will be long after I'm gone. So, you know, the ICU was always built to win. You know, the quality of care, the ICU length of stay, the nosocomial infection rate, you know, bringing down catheter-associated urinary tract infection, which doesn't mean much to all of you, but, you know, means a lot to some of us. And believe it or not, one of the spearheads for that left, you know, Rosa, who's a PCT. So, you know, it's not just, hey, it's a doctor thing. It's a PCT. It's nursing. It's respiratory therapy, and it's, you know, an interwoven fabric of, you know, quality and a shared vision, which, you know, is the key really to any successful organization is a shared vision. And you know, I just sort of did very little, you know, maybe tweaked that a little bit. That was always there, and that's still been there. If anything, the thing I did for the organization was recruited, you know, or part of recruiting 5 people who were all way better ICU providers than I could ever hope to be. He's the tallest, so I was, you know, getting Todd and Nicole here is, you know, Todd is a saying Todd and I drink in a lot of places together. One of the places we go is Celtic Cavern, and, you know, it's a pub fare kind of a place, but Todd's favorite line, and I love it, is punches above its weight class. And, you know, a big reason why our ICU punches well above its weight class is because of Todd and Nicole. And this place is in obviously great hands long after I leave. And then finally the APRNs. Carolina's here. You all know Phil. You know, Maria couldn't be here today. So I have 4 pictures in my office, my mildew office, and it's my wedding picture, and yes, I am married, that's my wedding picture. 24 years of pure torture for her. Yeah. You guys wet nurse me only, you know, 8 to 12 hours of the day. Claudia wet nurses me the other 16 to 12 to 16 hours. Baby picture of our eldest son, Andrew, who's a junior at Franklin and Marshall College, and a baby picture of his younger brother, Justin. And the 4th picture is a beautiful picture of one of these functions of Carolina, Maria, and Phil. So, you know, to me, that's, I think, probably the biggest, I always say the biggest safety feature in the hospital is having APRNs here at night who are, you know, I always say better than having me on during the day, but equivalent to having, you know, the physician on. And I always tell patients that, and I look them straight in the eye when I tell a family that the nurse practitioner is on at night, and it's every bit like having the doctor on call. I can't say enough about how they've improved the care. You talk to Julie Flagg, who's an obstetrician gynecologist, and we all know in the ICU that, you know, when a gynecology or an obstetrical patient goes bad, that's about as bad as it can get. And Julie talks about, you know, how great it is having all of you in the hospital at night for your teaching, for, you know, just keeping the patient safe, for, you know, managing very complex, you know, medical illness that often happens in the ICU. I'm gonna try and keep it a little shorter than I am already, but, you know, what all you see in the world, I'm always reminded of, you know, the goodness in the world and watching all of you over the years, whether it's Pat, respiratory therapy, Daniela with a smile at the desk, and, you know, being kind and generous and compassionate and caring and really taking an interest in the patients and their families as if, and you all know that when we have someone in the ICU for a little bit, they become kind of like our family member. And maybe every place is like that, but I know, you know, our ICU is like that, and I think that's very, very special. So, you know, I believe in God. I don't think God is for everyone, but, you know, there's that doubting Thomasine about, you know, finger in the nail and, you know, in the nail marks or whatever. I don't have that. None of us do. I won't ever. And I'm not saying God is for everyone, but in terms of the goodness in the world, you know, I certainly have no excuse to deny that it's there because I see it in you all every day. And it's an honor. It's a privilege. You all have been so good to me. And again, this is a celebration for us. It's not a celebration for me. That's not what this is about. So raise a glass to you all, okay? And you know, also shout to Lawrence Chung, one of my favorite hospitals.
Thank you.
You know, a terrific